But this guy, a lot of people were saying because they was in New Orleans, maybe it's the voodoo, maybe it's just he's having an off day. We don't really know, but it was kind of like, holy Mahomes, what happened? Because throughout the entirety of the game, Tom Brady is just up there, just finding ways to relate this back to himself, some way, somehow. He just kept saying, I remember I was in this position, and this is what you got to do. And every time Tom Brady said that, I said, I've been hearing this for like the 9 Sundays that you've been announcing football games. Tom, you got to come up with something better. Like, I'm tired of hearing about this Atlanta Falcons Super Bowl game that you won. How about you come up and bring up the game where you played against the Eagles and Nick Foles did? I'm not gonna say too much, but a lot of people are saying Mahomes wasn't himself. The play calling, we don't know. The defense showed up. What percentage or how much blame do you give Mahomes for this Super Bowl loss? I'm gonna start with you, Dave.
How much blame does Patrick Mahomes get for the Super Bowl loss? I'm going to give him, I'll say, if I'm going percentage, I'm going to say 40%. I'm going to give him 40%. Give him 40%. I'm giving his offensive line 45% because the offensive line was putrid. It was nothing they could do. And the other, what's left? The other 15% I'm giving to the defense. The offensive line was horrible. Like you said, they didn't blitz much at all, but they got 6 sacks on Patrick Mahomes by just rushing 4. And it was pretty much a dominant game on the defensive end for the Philadelphia Eagles. There was nothing that the offensive line could do to stop the Eagles from getting in the backfield. Mahomes normally can make plays with his legs and do something right, but for some reason, things just couldn't really do anything. And most of that is, you can say it's because Mahomes doesn't know how to read a defense because, he admitted to this almost a couple of seasons ago. Not sure if that's still true now, but I mean, in that game, it seemed like that might be still the case because, like you said, I said before, they played 70% cover 4 in that game, and Patrick Mahomes just couldn't do nothing with it. The receivers could not get open. You had Kelsey there trying to pick fights randomly from time to time. And Mahomes just did not look like himself. But can you really say he didn't like himself? Because Mahomes didn't look like himself all season, honestly. He didn't look like the Mahomes that we all called the best quarterback in the league. Mahomes looked pretty much average this year, and he played pretty much average almost all season. We didn't have a game to where we was like, okay, Mahomes is playing like Mahomes this year. Maybe once or twice this year, maybe. But they only scored 29 points once this season. They haven't. It's not a high scoring offense. They've had receivers in and out. Rasheed Rice was not there, of course. DeAndre Hopkins got on late, but he's not what he used to be. Xavier Worthy is a rookie, but he went crazy in garbage time. So technically, if you want to look at it, the Chiefs pretty much got blown out by 30 points. If you really look at how the game folded, because Mahomes stayed in the game and got those 3 touchdowns because the game was already over. There was no catching up for the Chiefs in that game. Mahomes just could not really do anything of what he wanted to do. He tried his best to make things happen. It just wasn't working out for him. You could also say that maybe Andy Reid didn't help with the protection packages they had out there. They didn't create any rollout plays for him to be able to make some things happen. But honestly, the receivers weren't getting open, honestly. And times when they did get open, you had Hollywood Brown drop a pass. You had DeAndre Hopkins drop a pass. Those things just happen. And then the defense for the Chiefs also wasn't able to do much either because they couldn't stop Jalen Hurts from getting first downs with his legs. They contained Saquon Barkley, which was not something I expected. But, I mean, now you can say with the last 19 times they've had a game, they haven't allowed a 100-yard rusher. So They did that at least, but it was big plays that kept happening. You had the back shoulder to AJ Brown that happened that gave them a first down. You had the 55-yard air pass that Jalen Hurts threw to Devontae Smith for the touchdown. You had Jahan Dotson get open on a couple of plays to where you were just like, man, what's going on with this defense? But remember, their best cornerback left and went to the Titans. So they didn't have L'Jarius Sneed there anymore. He's gone. He went to the Titans. That's my percentage on the blame. I'm not going to, I wouldn't give him like 50 or 60% of the blame because I believe that offensive line gets a lion's share of that because, and honestly, this is what most people have felt about the Chiefs offensive line before. CJ Gardner-Johnson has said after the first time they played them in the Super Bowl that if you put them on natural grass, that the offensive line would get dominated. Well, they played on natural grass, and what happened? They got dominated. If you look at last year in the Super Bowl against my team, the San Francisco 49ers, I saw maybe about 4 or 5 holding plays that didn't get called. Guess what? Those calls were made on this Sunday. So I guess when you can say when things don't necessarily go your way, things go differently. So that's what happens. Things did not go the Chiefs' way. There's no one that can make an excuse that the refs did favors for the Chiefs because I feel like that was a fairly called game. There were maybe 4 calls that kind of went crazy for the Eagles, but there was like maybe 2 or 3 that went crazy for the Chiefs as well. So it was somewhat even. So all I know is Eagles won. Patrick Mahomes is still best quarterback in the league until further notice because he still has 3 Super Bowl championships and 3 Super Bowl MVPs, along with an MVP championship in the regular MVP trophy in the regular season. So I don't think that changes that, but he definitely gets a good amount of the blame. But I wouldn't say 50 or 60 or 70 or anything like that.
Sorry, Dave. I'm giving them 70%. Because if Mahomes would have found a way to come back, they would have gave him 70% of the credit for why he came back. So that's why I'm giving him 70%. I agree with you on the O-line. They were not there. The fact that the Eagles were were rushing 4 and still getting home, you got to think about it. That's 4 versus 5, and they were still finding ways to get back there. That's something in itself that we could talk about. Like I was talking to someone earlier and I was telling them, I was like, there's this thing, right? When we give folks credit, we kind of find a way to diminish the other person. And a lot of people kept talking about, well, Mahomes didn't look like himself. Mahomes didn't do this. And I was like, wait. And this is coming from a Cowboy fan. I was like, we got to give the Eagles defense some credit here. Like saying Mahomes didn't look like himself. Like, are we saying that Mahomes didn't look like himself, or are we saying the Eagles were just that dominant that day? Because there was things where Mahomes was trying to make plays, like the rushing up the middle. You could tell that Vic had them boys on points because they was like, look, anytime he wants to scramble, he's like, they're going to go outside the pocket or he's going to try to rush up the middle. Jaden Carter, Williams, Davis, they was making sure that every time he rushed up the middle, he was seeing a green jersey. So that was one of the things that was taken away there. And also Josh Sweat was just having the best game of his life. And this is one of those moments where you could be like, man. So that right there is something where you got to go to the sideline and say, look, I'm supposed to be the GOAT. Let me sit down with my offensive coordinator and my head coach. And Teddy, you kind of beat me to it with the comments is I was going to give 10% to the coaching staff as well. Because I kind of alluded to it in the last segment where Spags, you can literally see that the defensive scheme was to stop Saquon. And at any time, opportune time, we're going to blitz Jalen Hurts. And when we blitz him, we need to get home. But when that blitz didn't get home, and shout out to Kellen Moore on that one is when that blitz didn't get home, big plays happened every single time. And Spags had nothing for it. Like anytime you pan the camera to a coach and they're looking like this, you already know it's a bad day. Anytime you pan the camera to a sideline and you see a big play with a ball drop and you see Chris Jones or any player on the sideline react the way he reacted, he dropped to his knees like it's gonna be a long day. Like he just knew it was gonna be a long day in that moment. They had players crying on the sideline. I don't know what Philly team this was this year, but they had players crying on the sideline. So Joe, we good because I don't know what they was doing to the AFC. They was beating them boys up. They was beating their pride out of them. I don't know. And then I said 10%, 70% Mahomes, 10% coaching staff, 10% O-line, and 10%, like I said, Tom Brady. Because again, the game would have been interesting if Tom Brady wasn't announcing it. I don't care what y'all talking about in them comments. Tom Brady needs to relax. Like the main character syndrome that was going on throughout that game is insane. And then also, if you haven't seen the meme, they said any game where Tom Brady was present for the Chiefs, they lost. So either he on the field or he in the booth, but they find a way to lose. So that's another thing. But again, my 70% goes back to yes, Teddy, Tom Brady. My 70% goes back to Mahomes again. You are the quarterback. If you would have won this game, they would have gave you 90% of the reason for coming back. So I got to give them the most of the blame.
First of all, 40%. It's crazy, Dave. Tomo, 70%. I'm giving Mahomes 90% of this blame. 90. Yes.
Okay. I've
90.
seen this before.
90%. And it's the same dude if he would have won. People had him consider being better than Brady.
Facts.
Ain't he the same dude? Ain't he the same guy when he won last year? People already put him as a GOAT. Shout out to Carl. Was he? And Dave, I know you said that he wasn't playing like Mahomes like all year. He was like last year. But when the playoffs came, he turned it up. What do you do this year? The playoffs came, he started playing a little better. He didn't turn the ball over all year, all that stuff. All playoffs, he didn't turn the ball over. He made the plays that needed to be made to win the game. And what happened in this game? Yes, Philly defense deserves a lot of credit. They are a great defense. Probably the best defense we've seen since the Legion of Boom. Sorry, Ravens, but I got to be real. Probably the best defense we've seen since the Legion of Boom. But Mahomes helped them. Most of those sacks that Mahomes took, it was on him. It was him trying to run up the middle and try to create a scene, and they caught him. Also, on the first drive, he threw the ball behind Kelsey. That would have been a first down. On the second drive, on third down, when he tried to do his Mahomes-like throw, he was running and he got tackled. Bad throw. All right. Throw me off. All right. And then also, I got to say this too about Mahomes. The first interception, the score was 10-0. Dave, I saw your Dave doghouse. I disagree with you about putting Spags in the doghouse. I feel like Spags called a good game. The problem was the offense kept putting the defense in bad situations. Don't forget, it was almost the end of the second quarter, and the score was 10-0. Think about that, y'all. It was 10-0. And what Mahomes do? Throw a pick six.
Birthday present.
He threw a pick six. Then you get the ball back. You go 3-0. Now, DeAndre Hopkins, you got to catch that ball. I'll give you. You got to catch that ball with DeAndre Hopkins. That's not on Mahomes. The offense get the ball back in deep territory. They drive the ball all the way down to the goal line. Spags defense held them out the end zone. They kick a field goal. And what Mahomes do? I know I was watching my TV. I was like, yo, it's 20-0. Mahomes still got a chance. If he can get a touchdown in this drive and then get the ball at half, what Mahomes do? Throw it right to Zach Bond on the first play. And then allowed another touchdown before halftime. So Mahomes got to get a lot of blame for this because he didn't play well. This O-line wasn't good all year. We knew that. But all I know is the reason why they were favorite is because Mahomes. The reason why I picked the Chiefs, it wasn't because they had a better team. I even said on multiple shows, on Unfazed, on the R2R show, that this is the best team Mahomes has faced in his career. Mahomes lost before, right? He lost to Brady twice. He lost to the Bengals. But this is the best team he's played. But I felt like Mahomes overcomes stuff. He doesn't put you in situations where you're going to lose. He'll put you in situations where you're going to win. But in this situation, he put them in the situation to lose. That was the difference. Yes, it's a good defense. I'm sorry to do this, but I saw JD Fowler better against his defense. Right? I did. I saw that. But so my whole thing is Mahomes looked rattled a little bit. It kind of reminded me of the Bengals game in the playoffs. The first half, Mahomes cooking. The second half, couldn't recognize them. They lost. 2 games where I didn't recognize loss. People kept saying, this game reminds me of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers game. No, it don't. Because that game, Mahomes played well. The stats don't show it. His team didn't show up. That's what it was. But this game reminds me of the Broncos against the daggone Seahawks. Defense, domination, turnover after turnover. So I'm giving Mahomes 90%.
That's funny. So you said 90%. I guess pop up. Ooh, you should have stuck it at like 75, maybe 80.
He said 90 and boom.
You showed up. As soon as you say, I'm giving them 90%. Well, if you all don't know, and Joe, I mean, you gotta adjust the layout for us backstage. But we got a special guest that showed up.
I'll do it. I got
It's CTC's own Carl. We had a feeling that he was gonna show up for this moment. And we're gonna say welcome to the show.
That's crazy. But first of all, I agree with y'all. Let's just start there.
Okay.
Second of all, a lot of y'all saying the Chiefs ain't adjust. Did y'all watch the same game I watched? I saw Travis Kelce standing in the block in the second half. I seen them try to block 6 and 7 in the second half. It did not matter. The Eagles front four was getting pressure no matter what the Chiefs did. Now, what I didn't like about the Chiefs was this. They came out and straight started passing the ball. The first time I don't think they ran the ball once. And what that allowed was the Eagles defenders to pin their ears back and go after Mahomes without the threat of the run. They did not give the threat of the run at all to start this game. They tried to do it a little bit in the second half, but by then, it's too late. You down too far. You're down 24. And to help Joe point about Spags, because I 100% agree, they didn't give up nothing after the pick six. That defense forced another punt. The Eagles punted and punted them deep into Eagles territory, and then Mahomes threw the pick to Zach Bond. So Spags called a good game, if we're being completely honest. I have nothing bad about Spags in that game at all. Second half, the dam just broke. It's only so many times your defense can go, your offense can go 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out. And you got to keep, all right, the defense going right back out there. Defense going back out there. It's only so many times your defense can do that before it breaks. So I think Spags called a good game. Spags even forced an interception on Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts, he threw a pick. Hasn't done that all playoffs. He did it against the Spags coach defense. So I put a lot of it on Mahomes too. Now, one thing I disagree with, Joe, is you saying that a lot of the sacks was on Mahomes. That may be true, but that's only because his O-line ain't been blocking all game. So even when he do got a clean pocket, he got that clock now because they've been getting smoked. So now he like, dang, I got to go, man. I ain't been having this time all day. I got to go. That internal clock got sped up, and that's all, and congratulations to that Philly front four. They sped Mahomes' clock up, and it was over. But I give a lot of the credit to Philly defense, that front four especially. I seen them try to block 6 with Pacheco, and it did not matter. That defense got there in 2 seconds. Bruh. I seen them try to max Pacheco block 7. It did not matter. They got back there without blitzing while in coverage. So I give a lot of the blame to Mahomes, too. Like I said, I'm more so with Joe with the 90. The O-line does have to hold some of that, though, because they blocked 4. I mean, they sent 4 most of the game, and it didn't matter. They was getting back there like this. Man, Josh Sweat had, 2.5 sacks? Jalen Carter was playing in their backfield. Jalix Hunt playing in their backfield. They could have probably put me in the front four. I could have been playing in the backfield the way they've been playing. That D-line was on one. So, shout out to them. That's why I said in the chat, Jalen Hurts is playing good, but the defense might screw him out of an MVP because that's how good the defense was playing. I thought it was going to be another, like you said, Broncos Seahawks. I said in the chat, it happened to Russell Wilson. That defense played so good. Malcolm Smith got the Super Bowl MVP. He caught a pick 6 as a linebacker.
And he got a fumble. He got a fumble recovery too.
I thought Cooper DeJean, he might have stole it with the pick 6. He played well. I thought maybe like Josh Sweat said, he thought he should have got it. I know I'm joking, bro. I know. But I thought Josh Sweat might have got it. Like I said, 2.5 sacks. He was balling. I'm not mad Jalen Hurts got it. Let's be clear. But I thought the defense was playing so well, they might have got one of them players might have got the defensive MVP. Just like honestly in the Patriots Rams game, the Super Bowl, the second one with Jared Goff and Brady, when Edelman won MVP, everybody was saying either Dante Hightower or Stephon Gilmore should have won that defensive MVP because that's how good the defense was playing. So. But yeah, I agree. I know y'all probably thought I was about to come in 90%. No, y'all tripping. No, I actually agree. I came up here.
I definitely did.
But real quick, Carl. I do want to first the Commanders comment. Do I think no, because I do when they beat us 55-32. But I do think that the offense would have been better. Let me say that. But and they were better. We played them. In Philly.
Hold up, what offense? Y'all offense?
Yeah. We
Would've been
played
better.
them in
We went
Philly.
on like a 14-play drive to start the game, bro. I just
No,
feel like
you know what?
Hold on.
Jaden
Your
Daniels would
offense
have
would've
played
been
better than Mahomes. Let me say that. Jaden Daniels would have played better. We played this same team in Lincoln Financial Field. We ain't playing in New Orleans at a neutral site.
Joe, you saying your offense would have played
No,
better against that Chiefs
Jaden Daniels would have played better than Mahomes.
Jaden Daniels.
Jaden Daniels. The
you
offense,
talking
though,
about
but
against
they
the
would have fumbled
Eagles.
3
You're not talking about
times.
the Chiefs.
defense, and he keep asking. That's what I'm
But
asking.
it's not about us. It's not about us, though. I do want to say this, though. I'll push back on you. The sacks. Mahomes kept trying to, which he does, this is what Mahomes does, right? He kept trying to run up the middle, and he got caught like 4 times.
Yeah, but if you
He
look,
wasn't trying to run outside.
they forced him in the middle. He didn't know where to go outside.
Throw
That's the
the
defense.
ball away, Carl. Throw the ball away. Live another. I ain't said in the chat. I said he's trying to do too much. Like sometimes you gotta just take just throw it away and live for another down. It was one drive when the defense got to stop, and it was like 2 sacks. It was 2 back-to-back sacks. Sack. I'm like, dang. Now it was like 3rd and 14.
No,
So
I understand that. I understand what you're saying, but what I'm telling you is, and under normal circumstances, I don't think he does that. I think he sits back in that pocket because it wasn't really threatened, but because of his internal clock being sped up, because the pressure that the Eagles were getting, his clock sped up. So he's like, man, I gotta go. I ain't got the time, but not realizing his pocket wasn't that bad. It was a couple times I'm like, why are you running? Your pocket not that bad. But then I had to realize he been getting smoked by the old line all day. D-line been smoking him. His eternal clock, bro. It just is what it is sometimes.
no, I feel you on that. And that stuff started in the second drive. It's not like in the second half he started getting sacked. He was getting sacked in the first half. So I get you. The eternal clock, but this is Patrick Mahomes we're talking about. Patrick Mahomes. We're talking about GOAT status Patrick Mahomes. So he is rated on a higher scale. The Bucks game, Carl, I'm with you on that one. It's like people were trying to kill him. Oh, he got a combined Super Bowl losses of. I don't care about that stat because that first game, bro, like that wasn't on Mahomes. This game, though, right here, Carl, although the defense is really good, Mahomes, man, like he was making some mistakes. I'm like, dog, like I can't recognize him because I mean I don't want to bring this up again, but we were getting pressure too. But my guy was making it work.
Your guy's also way more mobile, but again,
It's my fault.
No, I'm with you though. You making it sound make it seem like I'm not putting the blame on Mahomes. I'm actually with you more than anybody up here.
Yeah, he was. Yeah. I'm with you though on that one, but man. But the defense played well, Dave. Like Spags. I was watching that game. I watched it again today, and I'm like, dog. What you were tripping when we were? What?
What you talking about?
I'm gonna see the comment. Sorry,
What you talking about?
the Blaze comment.
You talking about nothing?
Joe, you tripping when we were?
Oh, you talking about our game?
They was.
He's talking our game or his?
No, he's talking about Mahomes. He's talking about Mahomes.
No, Mahomes can try to go in the middle.
That's why.
I think he like 5 minutes behind. Probably. I don't know. But anyway, but yeah, Spags though. I think Spags played a good game. I rewatched the game today, and I was watching. I'm like, yo, they really played a good. Like, I do want to say this though, before we move on. I know we gotta move on, y'all. I'm the guy that came on here and said, man, stop crying about the rest. Remember that, y'all? The Texas game? You talk about that? That's I'm going to the Eagles game expecting us not getting the calls. Didn't I say that?
Yeah.
And then when we lost, did I come on the show and say anything about calls? We get in the chats. I'm gonna pour the curtain behind everybody who's had the chats. We get in the chats. The first call, what happened? AJ Brown kind of little mid stiff arm, and they called pass interference. What happened, y'all? Everybody start crying.
Whole world did.
But when I rewatched that game, bro, it was a 3rd down call when Jalen Hurts overthrew Smitty or Goddard. Was it Smitty or Goddard? He overthrew him.
It was Goddard. It was Dallas Goddard. It was on like a corner and Trent.
Yes, on 3rd down. They on the field. Unnecessary roughness, right? 50-yard penalty. Saquon Barkley is second in like 23, something like that. It was second in something crazy. Late hit on Saquon Barkley, automatic first down. That was a punt also. And then there was another play I can't think about. It was another play when they called a flag. It was 3 flags on 3rd down that extended the Eagles' drive. But that's part of the game. I'm not complaining. I'm just saying when we watch these games, we can't blame the refs Because when it go the other way, what we gonna say?
Thank you. Hey man, I'll take it. Hey, by the way, I ain't come up here and complain about those, but those that Saquon call especially egregious.
Carl,
It's
he
a
was
screen.
well,
I
bro.
can't see if he got the ball or not.
They lost because the offense couldn't do nothing. Offense
Exactly.
literally 3 and out.
I agree.
So-
Well, that and the terrible game plan and not even threatening with the run. That was so bad.
That was terrible. They went about one time in the first half.
Yep.
A lot of people have. I've been seeing this talked about, saying that nobody was pressured like Mahomes was. People forget that the Giants only rushed forward twice the 2 times they played Brady in the Super Bowl.
But no.
Now I get that he didn't get sacked that much, but
No, anybody get sacked. He didn't get pressure as much though. I watched that game too. So because everybody kept saying, man, Brady would have did it. I'm like, I get y'all, but Brady didn't get pressure like this though. And then
Joe,
go ahead.
My bad. Bro, the stat at halftime was 20 dropbacks, 10 pressures, 5 sacks.
Yep.
Bro, that is insane. How do you have 10 pressures at halftime? That's like 15 times your dropbacks are affected out of 20 dropbacks.
And on top of that, the Giants wasn't scoring on a higher rate, but no, Mahomes was throwing on pick sixes. That pick six,
Yeah, that was bad.
No 2 interceptions, bro. The game was close.
It was a pick six.
Pick six and interception to set him up for a touchdown.
Nobody was in his face. It was like 3rd down and like 16. Nobody was in his face. I'm like, oh, he about to convert. Threw a pick six to my dog. I was like, that's why I put in the chat. It'd be your own guys.
It was his birthday, man. He owed him.
That's the clean version of what I put.
Shout out. Go ahead, Tomo.
Oh, shout out to Ray with the $4.99 super chat. Shout out to my boys. Keep going. Hey, man, thanks for subscribing.
I just realized Ray P. This my guy, Ray, from high school?
Yeah. We one big alum, man. You know, Refuse to Lose is one big Central family, man. I don't know if they picked up the memo yet, but
hey, look, funny story real quick, y'all.
We all family somehow, some way.
Hey, funny story. When I played basketball for Central, yo, like Ray don't used to blow me a little bit. it was cool, but I was like, come on, y'all, chill. Like the first time was cool, but like they kept doing it. Bro, like every time I got subbed out, they'd be on the sideline. Joe, we want Joe. I'm like, bro, chill, y'all, chill. But those my guys, though. Shout out to my boy Ray.
Nah, for real. Hey, that's how we got connected. So that's what I'm saying.
Why would I not give respect to the Giants when they beat who we consider the GOAT twice? They 2-0 against the Giants.
Why you go out like that? They said nothing this whole time.
Exactly. I say none OC.
I'm just mad at every team in the NFC East got their chance to beat the GOAT in the Super Bowl. All of them. That's crazy. Eagles, Giants.
Wait, y'all. I mean, I don't know.
You beat Terry Bradshaw.
Shout out to something nice, but I couldn't think of nothing.
I had to just think about that one. But Carl, let me ask you one question before you get out of here, and I appreciate you for popping up. Is the debate dead now? Is Mahomes?
That's what I was going to talk about, bro. That's why I really wanted to come up here. Y'all know me. Joe said I did it after the Super Bowl last year. No, I did it way before that. I did it before that. As much as I would love to continue it, I do think I got to chill. And I hope I don't get this started up next year because I know who I wanted to win next year. Like my dog got to get one next year. Shout out Lamar. I don't know why y'all looking confused. Like I'm not going to.
For the viewers. For the viewers.
Not you. Go ahead.
But yeah, bro, this one was bad. Like I said, the first one, and even Joe said it too. You could excuse the first loss. Missed 3 and 3 O-lineman was hurt. He was doing incredible things. Receivers dropping the ball. It wasn't him. This one, on him. So on him, he was missing Kelsey. He was missing throws. He was you know what? Just because Teddy nope, I'm keeping it going. Just because Teddy had to open his mouth. But he was missing throws. It just looked like he couldn't do nothing. And like I tell everybody, man, if you the quarterback, you can go to these OCs, you can go to these head coaches. We need to run the ball. I said it for Lamar. I said it for Justin Herbert. I'm gonna say it for Patrick Mahomes. You can go to your OC. They're gonna try, especially Mahomes. You got all the you got all the power in the world. You the best in the league. Hey, we need to run the ball. They pinning their ears back. Let's get some of this defensive pass rush up off us. So yeah, I'm gonna have to chill for another second.
Hey, Carl, respect, bro, because you used to kill Josh Allen for not saying let's run the ball more. So I appreciate that what you just said.
I said about Lamar last year too.
Yeah,
Yep.
my man.
I tried, bro. I know people be like, "Oh, you be but no." I try to be 100% unbiased as possible. Now in the chat, I'm gonna play things up in the chat. Obviously, it's for entertainment. I'm gonna entertain and play things up. Except for that Josh Allen MVP, I didn't. That was not for that. Other than that, I'm gonna play things up.
All right. Appreciate you, Carl, man. You kind of surprised me. You popped up. I'm like, okay, I gotta get ready. I gotta get ready.
I told people in the chat, I'm like, if I'm on the show Tuesday, I'll tell y'all my real thought. Because everybody kept saying, I know Blaze kept throwing them goat shots at me. I'm like, bro, I'm gonna just save it for the show Tuesday.
Oh, right. See, I ain't seen none of that. That's probably why you asked me. Yeah.
That's why I asked.
Okay.
I thought he would come on because of that.
My bad. I would have definitely invited you. I had that convo. I didn't even know that existed.
It's all good. It's all good. It's all good. There's so much college basketball on right now. I wasn't really tripping, but I was like, I gotta do it.
Go Terps.
Oh, speaking of, can I get this off real quick before I leave?
Go ahead.
Tom Izzo plays tonight at the Braves against University of Indiana. If they win tonight, he passes Bob Knight for the most Big Ten wins in Big Ten history. It's funny how life works. Bob Knight, great Indiana basketball head coach, got the record with University of Indiana. Now Izzo can break his record beating University of Indiana. So it's crazy how life works. So let's get the 20th win of the season. Let's go 20-4. Let's get back in that top 10. Let's beat the Hoosiers.
Let's get it. All right, Carl. Stay safe. Appreciate you.
Appreciate y'all, man.
Carl talking college.
CTC.